Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. Bella, we are fantastic. How are you? Long time no see. You won't see me tomorrow, but you'll see me Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Bro is back. Bro was back Monday. What's up, dude? So, boys, I miscalculated how many of these I could open and recraft to get down to under 1,000. I am nowhere near finishing. We're never running out of these packs. It's not happening. Does anyone know? Hold on, what's the name in Discord? Who is L in Discord? Move house now and have no internet until Friday, but I'll have Wi-Fi for footies. There we go. Have we gotten any leaks for footies? Or any, like, knowledge of how many promo cards are going to be in packs of re-release and stuff? I haven't played FC since 4 weeks. That's how boring it's been. Not even a web up grind. Like, it's going to be fun to see someone play / grind a bit. Dude, I'm so excited for footies. Footies is where we're taking it even more next level. Which is wild when you think of already how crazy it's been. Alright, we are today starting to build up packs for footies. Now, I assume we're getting footies themed exchanges. I assume they're just going to bring the same thing back with the new naming convention. But in the meantime, we are trying to get our club into a position where, I'm not even joking, I kind of want it all gone. We'll save maybe stuff that's over 500k. But there's a ton of stuff that I just want sent. I mean, we're already getting low on a ton of things. We're already to 93s, 94s. I kind of want to check all these in. Get as close to 0 as possible. We have the 5 main from the background and also 2 leaked by leakers. Pele, Yamal, Martial, the woman, German hero, striker, and some more. I'm getting rid of everything because I can't be asked with dupes. Dude, dupes are so annoying. Alright, let's keep spamming for a bit. And we'll build up. No! No! He came to the front. Oh, gosh. Well. Rip. Wants us to open them, I guess. We've got 15 8410s. Saved because I don't want to open them on mobile. Dude, I'm saving all my 8410s. We got another 5 we got to make today from the dailies. I want my club to be a graveyard. I also want my crafting upgrades to be as low as possible. Regardless if we get a footies crafting upgrade that's the same or better or potentially a little different. If we can get these to 0, I would be shocked. Yeah, we're going to get under 1,500 today if we're lucky. Look at that, 90 plus. So saving packs now and opening during footies can get footies. Saving packs now and opening during footies can get footies. Does the act of saving a pack and waiting until a promo comes out to open a pack and try to get a promo card work? Why wouldn't it? Unless I'm confused by your question. Yes, if you save a pack and there's a chance to get a promo card that isn't out yet, and you wait till the promo starts to open the pack, you can get the promo card. Yeah. There's a rumor a few years ago where people were like, oh, you can't save packs for Team of the Year because none of the saved packs could have a Team of the Year in it. That's fake news. Any pack you save, if it has the potential to pack, if it's a player, it's base card, or if it's an icon, the promo icon or promo hero, you can pack it in there. Marshall, Ruther, Yamal, Pele, woman German striker who's always fodder. Woman German striker who's always fodder. Are we talking about Pop? Prem Hero 97 striker. Goff, German center mid. All league cards. Started this game during Shapeshifter. Oh, you're that new. Jeez. Look at that. Another 89 plus already from these. And people say the crafting upgrades aren't good for fodder. I beg to differ. Not Goth? Nah, we're going to call them Goth now. We're going to pack Goth. First one. I need to get Luke 09, boys. 4-0. Yikes, dude. Real Madrid ain't cooking. That's wild, man. Who's the German icon woman who's always fodder? I have no idea who the German icon woman is. Oh, I can see her. No, not Smith. That's the English woman. I can see her in my head. Why can't I think of her name? It starts with a P, though, right? Not Pretzel. Why would it be Pretzel? Prinz? Yeah, Prinz. Something like that. I'm going to call her Pretzel now. A day and 19 hours, boys. My goodness. My babies are going to be gone. What am I going to do without the Shapeshifter crafting upgrade, boys? What's my channel going to be about? I really want to try, if Footies has one, to make 10,000 of these. What if Footies crafting upgrades don't come out? It won't matter at this point anyways for my account personally. But a standard menu grind, I'm assuming during Footies we'll have different stuff, right? Like eventually if we get an 85-10 unlimited, people aren't going to be complaining about not having a crafting upgrade if it's not in there. I sent the leaks on the Discord. All right, I'll take a look at it. But I low-key kind of want to build up 10,000 of these if we get Footies crafting upgrades. So I'm really going to miss the start of Footies because I'm in Spain. Tough life. Hey, if you guys were clowning on me for my camping trips and my vacation to my family golf outing, I timed that to perfection. I said, you know what? Let's do some camping trips during Shapeshifters when the promo's dying off. Let me see my family. Let's accidentally submit a Sunderland player who's 80 rated. I can't believe that, dude. Sunderland has an 80 rated player. And that's not even the highest rating we're going to have by the end of this window. That's the wild part. I timed that to perfection because I want to be back for Footies. If anyone asks to hang out this weekend, I'm busy watching Sunderland preseason and grinding the menus, baby. Going to England again, but I'm not missing Footies. Literally flying in like a couple hours. Good thing you'll have a phone with you, right? You can grind on there. I'm low-key excited. The new season starts tomorrow. I don't know what's going to be in the season. I really don't care. I'm not going to finish it anyways. I think I didn't even get halfway through this one. I think I just did week 1 of the grind for XP, and then I was like, hey, it ain't worth it. There's no season leaks for new season. I like that. I like the fact that we're not seeing leaks. It gets me somewhat excited. Because you don't know what's coming out, and then you see it, and you're like, oh, sick. I'm hoping they don't leak repeatables. I'm hoping we just get dropped a new repeatable. I would love crafted upgrades back, but if they could send us something brand new, like a crafting upgrade that's like a 80 plus times 10, W. There's João Pedro, Chelsea card, those 2 goals against. Wait, I can't remember how it works. EA can legally give promo cards to people who signed to new teams, but they don't update the base card until next game, right? Is that how it works? Because if that's the case, we might see some Sunderland card during footies. Because Sunderland's already spent like 110 mil. Yeah, you're right. I remember the Mbappe. Yeah, true. Mumbo, in how many years do you want to create a mini Mumbo on this earth? In 5 years, he'll be able to take over your squad battles. Hey, brother, if it was my choice, I'd have a mini MumboElite right now. But that's not how it works. Eventually, though. The sooner, the better for Project Thiago Silva. Everyone wants to do Project Mbappe or Project Ronaldo or Project Messi. Nah, I am creating a... I need to find a Brazilian woman, actually. Hold on. Dual citizenship. Brazil, United States. Mumbinho. Yes! Mumbinho. Mumbinho incoming. So what is your opinion on immigration? That's a stretch, dude. Jeez. Alright. We need a Thiago Silva card next year. Because the Brazilian League, if he stays, which I'm assuming he is, I don't know why he won, we could have still a gold card for Thiago Silva. I don't think he dropped to a silver. So we could Evo him and put him in our team throughout the year. So we could do Sunderland and Thiago Silva as a squad. That could be sick. Alright, let us start clearing some stuff as well. See what 89s we have. And the dupes. Ooh, look at that. Dupes, baby. I don't know when. Thiago Silva will fit right into my Chelsea P and P. Thiago Silva will fit into my P for sure. Pause. What does immigration mean to you personally? What does that even mean? It's my best friend. I tell it everything. João Pedro scored his first Chelsea goal against his boyhood club off a Thiago Silva mistake that looked like an assist. Hey, listen. We don't talk about it. Okay? Thiago Silva was perfect this tournament. All right, 88 time. Is it good or bad? Brother, what's going on right now? Why are we talking about immigration? Hey, him playing for Chelsea is just natural, man. The same way him beating Inter was natural. So in football terms, there's a loan spell in the USA is over, and then going back to their home team. Are you trying to spell foreign? What is going on right here? My dude. Forlan, great player. You ready for my immigration policy? Every good footballer should immigrate immediately to the United States and become a U.S. citizen and represent the United States so we can win a World Cup. That's my hot take on immigration. Kick out all the frauds that lost against Mexico and replace them with Brazilians, Argentinians. Probably no one from England. Ew. Mambino, when are we getting Road to the World Cup starting USA Strikers? My name is MumboElite. I'm going to be the starting center back for the United States men's national team for the 2026 World Cup. Want me to make those videos? I'll start it. Hey, from Northern Ireland again. Yo, love me some Northern Ireland. Produced one of the greatest footballers of all time. Try Hume. What are you hoping to pack in the 89 exchanges? Seems like a waste putting 94s, etc. It's not that it's a waste. Any card that you're not using, and if you're not going to submit it into high-rated fodder for like a player SBC, which I'm not, it just becomes waste to my club that we're making into additional packs for footies. But on top of that, what I'm doing specifically is besides basically my Sunderland team and maybe some like Team of the Years and stuff, I'm trying to essentially get rid of every special card I have, regardless of its rating, so that I can start kind of fresh and catalog collect for the re-release promo cards, mainly, and then all the footies that come out. Will there be a re-release in footies? There should be. Usually, past footies we've had, what, like 100 plus cards re-release? But I don't think we have any leaks yet for that. I could be wrong, though. How much more do you love PPs over packs? I don't. I love crafting upgrades more than anything. 1.5k crafting upgrades crazy? What's crazy is I've done over 5,000. And we had over 2,000 at one time. And we're trying to work down. We don't even have leaks for tomorrow's season pass. I kind of hope it stays that way, too. That'd be like a first. Yeah, but this is FC, is extra poopy, so I can see them saving that till August. I mean, didn't they get leaked that they plan to have 5 teams or something? I'm assuming they're going to milk everything, but I don't know why re-release cards would be the thing they would milk. If anything, like an unlimited 8410 or 8510 would be the thing they would milk later. Re-releasing promo cards that are like 85 rated to like 90 rated that are just going to be scattered between packs, I don't think is the thing they'd milk. It's going to be extremely useful for exchanges, make it even easier. Maybe they'll milk that. Think leaks will start like 2 to 3 hours before it? Maybe. The already confirmed re-releases are coming Friday as well. Did they give a number or anything with that? I'm trying to remember how many we had last year per week. Timing, buddy. I know English is not your first language, brother, but read the room, my dude. Nobody else is talking about what you're talking about. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to get you to stop. So stop. Thank you. Imagine they bring back old exchanges, but they give a max amount of them. I prefer these infinitely over old exchanges. Do you guys realize if we get these exchanges, the ones we've had during Shapeshifters, during Footies, how beneficial that is, actually? Like, you got a basically unlimited... Let's look at it. You have an unlimited 75-20, 81-20, 82-20, 83-20, and a 50 players pack. That's a guaranteed 84-10. So it's essentially what used to be later in the year, the unlimited 84-10, 85-10, those sort of things. I mean, the trade-off is what? 4 players you got to put in. But we're getting to the point where you open a Footies pack, you're going to get multiple exchange cards plus multiple promo cards, which will be nice. Van Dijk 99 center back leak. They're for the season pass. We got into Fati and Pogba in 1 week, because that'd be a crazy dynamic duo. There's always that one guy in chat. 11th will be Footies, but also be Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. How do I decide? You do gnarly grinds on both games. You kick flip into Ollie, and then you hold the hand placement as you open a pack on Footies. Then you continue to score points as you're grinding. What's that, I have a vivid memory of it. There's like molten lava inside a factory, and you can go up to the top of the factory and then fall down. It's like multiple layers. I don't know if you call them a map. Would that technically be a map? What do you call those? Areas? In Tony Hawk? So I know BS 360's used flip into an exchange. Basically. Can't wait till Footies Evos. I don't think I'm going to do any paid Evos. Honestly, I don't even think I'm going to do many Evos, to be fair, during Footies. I want to update my Sunderland team. With maybe some of the new players. But besides that, I don't know what else. Dude, it's getting crazy. Can we show... So, this one's probably falling through now. Not going to happen. This one still has a chance. Sadiqi's already in. Venet's probably not happening now. Ronaldo's official. Single still has a chance. Petrovic is probably not happening now. Could get crazy, dude. Gotta update that some more. Show your Sunderland team? That's basically half of it. But what are the prices of rare libs and suds? When I checked earlier today, they were under 1,300 coins. Which I don't know about you guys. Seems like the easiest money in the world if you buy out the gold rares for lib sud. So if you guys want the easiest coins in the world, I do that. Can't wait for September. Bronze pack method is better than whatever EA is doing right now. Low key, if they make the grinding upgrade bronzes again instead of silvers like they did last time, people will be doing bronze pack method unironically in July and August. And then again in September. So I grew up on skate games. So Tony Hawk is a whole different league. I don't know if I played skate growing up. I always played Tony Hawk games. ATV Off-Road. Where you'd go on the train track and then the tornado would come and like blow you away into the desert. You'd like get on the back of the train and you could ride it. Alright, I wonder how many of these we're actually going to be able to build up. I feel like it's going to be a crazy number. I did not, Hakeem. We all know the best skateboard game is Disney Extreme Skate Adventure. I don't think I played that either. So, by the way, have you ever thought about the meaning of free will? Yes. By change, you mean WWF Crush Hour? Does it mean a rush hour or crush hour? Dude, you know what's wild? Some people had like the same games growing up that everyone played, but others have like random niche PlayStation 2 games that was before basically social media. You would have never known other people were playing. You just either find out through friends or family. Don't get me started on Piglet's Big Adventure on the PS2. That's my niche. I'm trying to think of my most niche game that I've played growing up. Because I love Pokemon, but Pokemon's the furthest thing from niche. I'm thinking, like, LibSud, League SBC grinding to 100 times a day, degenerate levels of niche. I grinded on the DS Nintendogs for a bit. I made a Nintendog of my neighbor's dog and grew it up. I'm trying to think back during, like, PS2 and Game Boy era. What I would have played. The Super Mario games, but those aren't niche. Digimon wasn't really niche. See, I'm trying to get niche, but I'm just thinking of fun games I played. Didn't play Dexter. That wasn't niche either. Like, I don't know what would define niche. See, Ratchet and Clank, I feel like all these are not niche, but they're fun. Like, one of the, again, I'm going to drop niche. I'm just going to talk about vivid memories of games I played. There was a Pokemon game on the GameCube. I think it was called Shadows of Lugia. It was, all the Pokemon in the world were like dark Pokemon. And you had to, like, catch them to take the darkness off of them. You could transfer Pokemon from that onto your Game Boy game. That was fun. Chelsea are finally playing someone somewhat good in the Club World Cup. They have a super easy run to the final. Dude, their run to the final already is already paid for João Pedro, right? So even if they lose the final, they basically already won. Are you sure you're not talking? It might be Pokemon Coliseum. Let me look it up. Pokemon Coliseum is similar, I think, right? Pokemon. No. So, similar. Unless Shadow Lugia was in Coliseum. No, Gale of Darkness. Gale of Darkness, I think it was. Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Yes. That's the one. Do you remember that one Pokemon Rangers game where you would have to catch the Pokemon by drawing circles around them? Yes, I do. That was fun. I love the Pokemon Dungeons. Grinded those on DS and Game Boy. Think I still have a collection worth $100? Dude, you know what I found the other day? Completely random find. So I have a 3DS and I have a Switch. So I found my Pokemon Omega Ruby on the 3DS that I bought. But I do this thing when I play a game. I sometimes take it out and the game I had in I put back in there so they don't all share the same case. Look what I found in here. A physical copy of Pokemon Diamond for the DS. Now, I feel that has to be at least $100, right? Probably closer to $200. Pokemon Diamond. Shopping. Let's see. $139, $150, $80, $2,000. Jeez. Diamond's goated, man. Diamond's sick. You know what else I got? I just bought this on Amazon. My buddy told me to get it. It's a game console emulator. So like the things you would download on your phone to play like Game Boy games, DS games. I got an actual physical copy of that looks like a Game Boy. So you turn it on. Playing Pokemon Emerald right now. It's sick, man. Nice thing about that, I have to test it out, but I'm pretty sure I can pull out the SD card and I can download different ROMs as well and put them onto there. So if I want to play like different fan-made ones, that's sick. Platinum is up there for me. Pokemon Fire Red's my favorite Pokemon of all time, hands down. That was the game. That was my childhood. I grew up on it. One of my best friends. Him and I would sit during the summer and play Pokemon Fire Red for hours a day together. Grinding the Verse Seeker. You guys know what the Verse Seeker was? It was a thing that you could, after I think it was 100 steps, you could rematch opponents around you potentially if they're down for it. So I would just, to level up my starters, just run back and forth or go on my bike back and forth. Verse Seeker, and then just fight the same trainers over and over. Another 89 plus. Let's go. Did you play Mini Clip or Fast Games? I don't think I did. Wait, Mini Clip sounds familiar. Is Mini Clip like, shoot, what was it? There was a website with a bunch of fun games that were super popular to play during school. We'd play in elementary school all the time. I'm trying to think of some of the games. One of them, I think you were a cartoon stick figure. And you're like running through the streets. Platinum, then Fire Red, then number 1 is Crystal. I play that so much. Ooh, Crystal. That was fun too. Pokemon Yellow was fun as well. Got it. Thanks for the interesting stream. Had some questions for my philosophy survey, but maybe next time I can get a normal answer. Was that your... Is telling us you have a philosophy survey, like, not a thing you could have done? Because you just started asking random questions with zero context and extremely push people. That was really weird. Have a good night, man. Trading Pokemon with that physical cable between Game Boys was a vibe. I want to go back. Brother, I would gaslight my sister and convince her that our starter was useless. And Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I'd be like, hey, listen. You don't need that. Give it to me, I'll give you this crazy good Pokemon. See, it's a better level. Talby and Dingra is insane, bro. If United got them, it'd be a good window. Dude, the players that we're signing, I'm telling you, we still have all our loans. We're still probably going to spend another 100 to 110, 115 mil. We'll probably have 130 mil we could spend. Another 150 mil we could spend if we sell a player. All the loans, like I said. Free transfers. We could get Hendo on a free. Like, is it crazy to say? Two things. I'm going to say two things that sound crazy. If Hendo signs, I don't think he starts. Potentially. Or at least every game. But also, too, you know what Sunderland said when they signed Talby? They don't believe he's a starter. They believe he's going to be someone that comes in off the bench. A dude who won the Belgian League. Oh, no, he hasn't won the Belgian League. Siddiqui won the Belgian League. A guy who played Champions League football and did well against Prem teams is joining Sunderland, and they don't see him as a guaranteed starter. Generally thought it would have taken 35 mil to get a Dringa. So, fun fact, we almost signed him last season. So, Brighton was really pushing for Tommy Watson, the guy who scored the winning goal for Sunderland at the playoff final. We made a deal with them before it was official that fell through during the winter transfer window where they wanted Tommy Watson. We were going to do a certain amount of money in a swap deal for Dingra. It fell through, but we still wanted him. So instead, we just sold Tommy Watson. And probably that was part of the reason we got a better deal on a Dingra. Still crazy. But what's funny is the meme right now of Sunderland signing all the AFCON players, where we're going to have basically guaranteed safety from relegation before the AFCON tournament, or we're screwed. But in reality, it's like players might miss 2 or 3 matches. We just packed Hendo, by the way. Dude, a Dingra, not only did it come out of nowhere, it was hilarious because the Newcastle fans were tracking planes and they thought a Newcastle player was coming in. And then it happened to be another Sunderland signing. Did America have match attacks where you were growing up? Match attacks in like tournaments where you'd like battle each other in person and you'd do like you put your devices in together and go to the Pokemon Center and play each other? You picked Charmander or Beta Male? If you picked anyone other than Bulbasaur, I don't trust you. He left Liverpool because Klopp told him you're not going to start and his ego got hurt. He definitely put in his contract that he has to start. Oh, they were football cards. No, I don't. If it was a thing, it wasn't a part of my thing. Henderson came on the field with a walker for Ajax in the latest game, so I don't think he'll start a lot. No, I don't think he'd start either. Obviously, he's a talented player, but he's older. I think it'd be more of like club morale. The story of him coming back, getting him on a free. Probably would take somewhat reduced wages to come back to his boyhood club. But what's crazier, and like the thing that I didn't even believe was going to happen, is one, I didn't think Sunderland was going to go up this season. If you guys listened to me, I would have said like, hey, there's a chance we go up through playoffs, but realistically it's going to be a few more years until Sunderland continues building. Sunderland's lack of overspending in the championship and selling players on that they bought on the cheap has allowed them to basically go what looks to be all out in this window. And we're completely fine in terms of PSR, and we're nowhere near the PSR limit. So the fact that Sunderland signed already, not even one of the most expensive summers in England, Sunderland I think right now is 4th out of all teams for spending this summer. That's the wild thing. But what I was going to say is the fact that Hendo, if you would have asked me if we got promoted, would there be a chance Hendo would come back? I would have done anything to get him back. But now the fact that we've signed the players we have and how crazy the window's been, it's an interesting topic to think whether or not he would actually start. If you don't guarantee his starting role, he won't join. His ego's huge. Well, the thing is, he's at the point of his career where realistically, Sunderland wants him, Leeds wants him. The only other Prem team that's somewhat interested is West Ham, but their midfield couldn't get any slower. So, realistically, he's probably not going to go to West Ham. They'd have the one to basically have better wages if he did want a decent wages. Leeds is struggling to sign players. I could see him potentially going to Leeds if he wants a guaranteed start. But, who knows? Dingra starts at Brighton most of the time. I'm confused by this deal. So, two things. Dingra, the past 2 years at Brighton, had two things working against him. There was injuries that allowed him to get a lot of form 2 seasons ago and play a lot. But then when Matoma came back, when other people came back, he still played a decent amount, but not as much as he did 2 seasons ago. So limited time, limited his form, and they were expecting a lot more out of him. So the dip in form, the dip in minutes, obviously is going to affect probably a player's confidence too. But if you think about it from a strategic standpoint, if you potentially, as Brighton, got 2 seasons out of him, his contract is coming down in a few years, you're interested in Tommy Watson, a promising English talent, you can get him on a cheaper, think of it from their perspective, they signed for 10 mil the guy who netted Sunderland 200 mil on a single goal. So in their head, they just signed a world-class player that has only infinite room to grow. He's English. That helps a lot. And on top of that, dude's going to be a baller. So them selling Adingra, even though maybe they could have gotten more out of him, they don't see as a bad thing at all. That also, for PSR reasons, helps them as well sign even more players. So it's like a win for everyone. Sunderland wanted Adingra. Brighton wanted Tommy Watson. I think both will thrive in the positions they're given. Sunderland closing in on Rodrigo. Dude, you want to know the funny thing? No joke. Before he had a really good Club World Cup besides this game today with Real Madrid, guess who Sunderland was literally about to sign on loan? No joke. Guess who was in talks with Real Madrid for a loan with an obligation to buy for Sunderland? Not Endrick. Nope. Even crazier. PSG played like 2015 Barca. Mbappe, Guler. Nope. Think Spanish striker who had a breakout tournament. I think Sunderland did this deal very quietly because if other Prem clubs found out he'd be under 20 mil, even Liverpool would have snatched him. It's crazy, bro. Not Rodrigo. Not Joselu. Not Murata. No. Guys, who is Spanish who started most games for Real Madrid at the Club World Cup? His name starts with a G. That's my hint. Garcia, yep. Yep, Garcia. So Sunderland had a deal worked out with Real Madrid where initially, this is how it progressed. So when the Club World Cup was initially starting, Sunderland has a huge scouting network across the top 5 leagues. We also just got the sporting director from Roma. So he has a bunch of connections. So one of the people at the top of his list for up-and-coming strikers was Garcia. So Sunderland and Leeds both have the same network when it comes to scouting a lot of players when it comes based off stats. So both Sunderland and Leeds initially reached out to Real Madrid to essentially say, hey, we believe you're not going to use this player a lot. Let us take him on loan. And if you believe in his future, we can set a clause where we can buy him for a certain amount. As the tournament progressed, he started scoring goals and doing well for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid initially pulled back. So Leeds pulled out. But then Sunderland said, nah, we're going to make this infinitely worth your time. Sunderland had a deal worked out with Real Madrid where we would pay all his wages for the season if we wanted a loan, plus like a certain amount bonus. But then they switched it again, and Sunderland said, hey, we believe in this guy so much, we're going to spend 30 mil on him, and we're going to write into his contract that Real Madrid not only will have a big hefty sell-on clause if we do sell him, Real Madrid can buy him back for 40 mil. So essentially what Sunderland was willing to do was do it a super expensive loan. Get Garcia for 30 mil. If he does well, gets playtime, and Real Madrid likes him, they can buy him back for 40 mil. Or they can just keep him there, and then when Sunderland sells him, get like 15 to 20% on a sell-on clause. Dude, it was I remember seeing the links to him. I'm like, no shot this is an actual thing. And then like the parts of the contract were coming out, and I'm like, what is going on? A few years ago, we were signing players worth like 50 to 100K. Now we're looking at players worth 30 to 50 mil, man. Crazy times. I think Liverpool get TK. Oh, wait, is Isak not leaving? I thought Isak was going to Liverpool, and then with PSR, a TK might go to the N-word. I don't want to say their club. Might go to the N-word. Might go to the castle, I should say. That sounds better than saying the N-word. But I had the Ultimate Rage quit today. I've been getting pisses with the gameplay. I've played Rivals game and I was 1-0 down, an extra man after 8 mins, but lost 2-1 with 30 shots was 4. Dude, I feel your pain. I still don't get it though. Like, what do you mean Jota died? Dude, what's crazy is, obviously it's really sad, right? Take away nothing from that. Obviously, he's a great footballer. Take away nothing from that, too. But the fact that this is like a person that even if you didn't support Liverpool, I feel through people's passion of football, and specifically EAFC, was so intertwined with the community. Not only did everyone know about him, I feel like everyone loved him. On top of that, name recognition. This is the first popular footballer that has passed away during still, like, what? I don't know if you'd say peak, but, like, they still are a fantastic footballer. It's not like someone who's been retired for 15 years and then they pass away from a heart attack. This is a man who still was doing work in the Prem. On top of that, just got married the other week, has kids. Like, it's sad for a million different reasons. Obviously, any death can be sad. But, man, I feel like that wrecked everybody. I remember when I got the news, I thought it was a fake story at first. Yeah, I don't know anyone who genuinely hated him, which is the crazy thing. Usually players get a lot of hate. One striker won't be enough? Dan's isn't ready for backup? Nah, give Sunderland Dan's, please. Loan him to us. We're guaranteed promotion. We're guaranteed European football if we get Dan's. We're still getting Nani and Yogresh? Yeah. Dan's went from a potential Sunderland loan to Liverpool backup. Pressure must be high. I love the fact that he literally took pictures in the Sunderland kit and then never actually wore it. And then went back to Liverpool. What other players can do it on the pitch and rank one in foot champs? It was such a unique hybrid, man. But also, too, like, the thing with that is, like, you see it in other athletes as well when they play different games. Like, you see it with Call of Duty. A lot of, like, athletes will play video games. But the crazy thing with, like, foot champs, I don't know if anyone else related to, but it's like, there'd be times where it's like he's injured. So he'd be, like, streaming in the middle of the night or grinding foot champs. Or, like, didn't people, like, bet? Like, depending on how well he did in foot champs, he'd have, like, either a great or horrible game. There's, like, things going on like that where people were, like, intertwined so deeply in both of the worlds that they connected really strongly with a guy that probably wasn't even in their football club. Yeah, he would stream till 1 a.m. on game day just to play champs. They should give Jota an end of an era so we can play with him one last time. I don't even think it has to be an end of an era. I would be shocked if his family would be against the idea of him potentially getting some type of card in Ultimate Team. Because of how close he was to the community. Obviously, any death, they pull the card. And obviously, too, I don't know if you guys are this way. This is going to sound like a hot take initially, but stay with me. I don't mind if people find out a footballer dies and they buy the card. Because I think there's two standpoints with that. I think there's the scumbags who are trying to buy it to make profit. But I think there's a lot of people too, especially Jota, who are afraid the cards are going to go away and they're never going to be able to play with them again. So they want to make sure they're in their team. I don't see anything wrong with that one. But the third thing, it's a W from EA. Regardless of what reason you bought him for, heavily reducing his price range helps out in both of those areas. The people who were scumbags and invested in him lose a bunch of coins. And then the people who actually want to play with him might be able to get him now. But no, that would be sick if he got... I don't know if it'd be a hero or icon. Maybe they'd make a new criteria for him or find some way to get him in the game. Solanke is a good Fortnite player. Is he going to be a good footballer this season? That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, like, I think he'll get something. I think they'll work out a deal with his family where they'll get something. I don't know if hero, in terms of the definition of a hero, makes sense. But I think he gets something. Maybe there's like a live card or like some sort of, you know when the FIFA pros play and they get to pick like cards like that? Maybe Jota gets one. We live in a world where R9 plays Warzone. EA should give us all untradeable Jotas that we can put into SBCs. Jota would generally be playing people on FIFA at 1 a.m. and then score a brace the same day. Isn't it crazy that Icon Zlatan's going to be fodder? I can't wait to use Zlatan. Zlatan's in my team. Thiago Silva's in my team. And Sunderland players are in my team. Wait. Did Sunderland just sign Hendo? Wait. Jordan Henderson will not sign for Porto to reunite with Ferrioli, as he is set to sign for Sunderland on a free transfer. He's free on the market and not accepting an option to renew his contract with Ajax, where he's his coach, but he will not accompany the Italian move to FC Porto. The experienced English international midfielder, 35, will return to England to play for Sunderland, the club in the city where he was born, recently promoted to the Premier League, being out of the Dragons' plans for the market. This article looks like it's just a clicks article by FC Porto, saying they missed out on him. And so nothing's confirmed. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he made the move. I think for a million reasons it makes sense. But also, too, I could see why he wouldn't. I'm not too bothered either way. Dude, I can't wait to use Pogba, man. Pogba needs a footies card, bro. I just don't see a world where you're 35. You already made Saudi money. You played Champions League for how long? You won a Champions League. You won the Prem. You've done all this to still be healthy and come back to your boyhood club, essentially, and still be decent before, like, your legs completely give out. I think that's worth more than any amount of money. I don't see, like, a Leeds one happening. I would see a West Ham for wages. I don't see a Leeds over Sunderland. I think that would be the dumbest thing in the world. Yeah, Burnley Walker's crazy too. Obviously you got to wait for the rest of the window to shape up before you have a definitive view on which relegation side or which championship sides that came up are looking better than each other. But genuinely, man, I think Sunderland, I'm not saying they're not going to get relegated. I think the caliber of signings that Sunderland is pulling off for the prices they're pulling off is surprising a lot of people. We think Joe Hart deserves a hero card? I'm not sure. It's so hard to determine footballers you watched growing up retire and then if they deserve cards or not. Because I most of the hero cards and icon cards I've played with in Ultimate Team, I never watched too much outside of like AC Milan ones. Like I wasn't watching Pele in his prime. Neither were most people. I wasn't watching Pritz or whatever the German woman is. Sunderland actually will be so annoying at the same light. They're going to give teams good games. Yeah, I think so too. I think if they're going to stick to kind of the counterattack level of football too, they're going to be very annoying to play against. And I think it was right thing for them to do to get a physical midfield that also has a lot of technical ability to get forward, put in a good pass, get pacey wingers on the counter. Now if they can get a decent to good striker, if they can get a center back, get a good keeper too, because the Petrovic one looks like he's going to Bournemouth now. So that's two goalkeepers that potentially might be falling through. If you can get that on top of some like good loans for depth, you're in a good spot. Hello, what to trade? I would flip Lib Gold Rares right now. They're all super cheap. Or you can just do League SBCs for insane profit right now. So obvious Newcastle will lose away to Sunderland. Most obvious script ever. I don't want to jinx it, man. I'm excited to get Newcastle twice a season for this season, but that's the games I'm nervous the most about. I'm more nervous about losing to Newcastle than I am getting relegated. Confirmed, 98 Bellingham and 99 VVD in the season pass. Telby is better than Cherokee, and you'll see it soon. I don't think his game's going to adapt as well right away. If you go back and watch his European highlights against English teams, I think you'll see a common thread of him struggling physically against Premier League defenders. Now, he's two-footed, very skillful, very pacey. Injury record's not bad. He had an ACL injury in his youth career. But, like, very solid guy that will grow into the Prem. But I think Siddiqui is more likely the Belgian league player that's going to have more of an instant impact. Dude, Bettner, yes! What was his nickname? Lord Bettner, right? So I'm not disagreeing that he's better than Cherokee. I think initially when he joins, you're not going to see how good he is. But give him throughout the season, I think he'll warm up really well. There's aspects of his game he has to fix. But also, too, depends on who his teammates are. Bring Big Boy Sorloff to the Prem. Maybe able to go to an Arsenal game next season. I'm always busy, and even if I'm not, it's hard to get to the stadiums. I feel that. All right, I got like 10, 15 minutes before I got to head out, boys. Just a heads up. And then no live stream Thursday. So the next time you'll see me live is the start of Footies, where we'll have way more exchange packs. Ah, no. Wait, what? So this was the deal that was starting to fall through for Sunderland. There was a chance there, especially with the potential for relegation to League 2. But now it's not looking like it's happening. I don't think Roma's going to get him either. I don't think they sell personally. I think they keep him. But Georges would have been an insane addition. I don't get why Sunderland have a 20 mil budget for their striker, though. Surely that would be the one they'd spend a little bit more on. Like, if they could bridge that gap, if Sunderland could offer 25 mil with another 5 mil in realistic add-ons, I think that'd be good for both parties. Do they still have to sell like 100 mil worth of players? Or does that not matter anymore? Yeah, Palace might get kicked out of Europa. It's a really weird like chain of events that will happen now that they're guaranteed no relegation. But do they have to make sales? Or they're still punished, right? I don't get how you get away from that. It's also confusing. If you were to value yourself as a footballer, what would your price be? I would allow Sunderland to buy me for a Cadbury. Put me in the red and white stripes. I'd be a one club bad. Maybe if I'm not getting game time at Sunderland for a Cadbury, they put me on loan to the Brazilian league so I can play with Thiago Silva for a little bit. But they'd loan me back they'd cancel the loan so I could play Newcastle. And then they'd send me right back after. Another 88 plus. Let's go. Come on. But I was talking to some of my buddies this weekend because I have a football league that I'm in on Mondays. That's super fun to play in. It's a co-ed one. The spring season, it wasn't as competitive as it is now. It's way more competitive now because all the footballers who play in college come back for the summer and they're staying in shape. So you get some absolute ballers that are in the league. But it's like just competitive enough where some games you get blown out, some games you blow out other teams, but a lot of them are somewhat in the middle ground. Dude, it's such a weird feeling to have your mind not be on the same page as your body when you get older. Like, in my head, I'm still 180 pounds, which is roughly 30 to 35 pounds less than I am right now. So, like, movements, positioning, conditioning, all that catches up very quickly. Would I play longer than King Kazu? As a professional footballer? Brother, I would never touch a professional pitch in my life. What do you mean? DFB, what's up, buddy? Managed to score 3 with my left and 3 with my right at football tonight. Was oddly satisfying. Brother, I was playing right center back. Our goalkeeper was a sweeper keeper. I pushed up the right side of the pitch, got the ball into space, took on a dude. Pretend I'm Ahmad in the situation, right? Beat him. Take him end line. My cam's coming in. Top of box. He's dragging to get a good angle for a shot. I'm about to lay it off to him. And I try to be cute and do a somewhat of a fake shot / just tap it to him. And I completely missed the pass to him and hit it into the defender right next to him. I was so embarrassed, bro. I was like, oh no. It went from so satisfying, blazing past the dude with the pace, taking him on, beating him, faking a shot to lay it off, and completely missing my target. Ahmad looking a bit different here. I don't know. Is Ahmad up for sale potentially? If Sunderland threw 50 mil together, do you think they'd listen? Yeah, basically the game's gone meme was playing in my head when I did that. I think he signed for the wrong club. Leave the football before the football leaves you. So long story short, if I come up from defense now on, I'm just ripping long shots. No longer fancy foot skills. I learned my lesson. Dude, that'd be the most united thing in the world, to sell Ahmad to us and keep Anthony. The football's left them. All right, let's see. Any last updates for Sunderland? So if the budget is only 20 mil for a striker, I can see us signing a young talent who's played some senior games for Belgium, France. Dude, Sunderland needs to sign a French striker by the name of Albine. It has to happen. And our new left mid, Luke Shaw. One of my opponents got so ragey tonight, he went to take me out, rolled the ball with my studs, and he went full speed into the fence. I couldn't stop laughing. W, man. Yeah, dude, every single week I look forward to Mondays. Mondays were always never the best day of the week because, obviously, start of school or start of the work week for most people. But now it's football and Mondays, and I can't wait. Shallow, thank you for censoring yourself in chat, buddy. I appreciate that. I was calling them the N-word earlier, but it sounded wrong saying I can't stand the N-word. Or... Castle. We're going to call them Castle. Thank you. Wait, is it actually match day 6? Oh, no, you're Arsenal. You're Arsenal. I keep forgetting. You say we, and I think you're talking Sunderland for a second. Dude, I'm excited for you guys. Barry's going to be a baller, man. Alright, let's keep building these up. Let me check my club real quick just to kind of get my situation for how many specials I even have left to potentially put into promo packs. Or exchange packs, I mean. I got a ton of, like, the new promos. Oh, I have all the loan players. Get them out. Like, all the team seasons are, like, 94, 95s. So got plenty there. All the shapeshifters. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of all the shapeshifters, keep the live cards. We'll see, though. Just call them horse punching shit castle. Alright, boys. That is going to be it for the stream today. If you guys did enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. Like I said, tomorrow, aka Thursday, we will not be live. So this is the last Shapeshifter stream. We will be back Friday for the start of Footies. In the meantime, I'm going to grind, hopefully, all my crafting packs down to 0 and put the rest into exchanges and build up a ton of those for Friday. But we'll be live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll go crazy. We'll stream like crazy. Have a good time. God bless you all. Have a good night. Peace!